everyone, it's Catchy, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button. So now to keep making content like this. So, I have been not as content heavy during Black History Month, and that is unfortunate because this time of year is normally my busy time of year where I work 12-hour days. If you are not new to this and you are true to this, you probably already know that around this time of the year my content tends to slow down for that reason, which makes it really hard for me to commit to doing any type of long-term projects or month-long projects for Black History Month. However, I did want to make sure and squeeze this one in before Black History Month is over, because I always at least get out one. But as they say, Black History is not for a month, it is all year long. So I'm hoping that this video will help keep certain things on your mind for Black History all 12 months of the year. But right now, the sim you are looking at is already finished, and that's because I meant to have this be a Kaz video to showcase the African Love Collection that Frenchie made. Shout out to Frenchie. She actually gave me this pack to check out during the early access period, and I appreciate her for that, because as soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is what I've been wanting. I'm all over the place, but to catch you guys up, if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, as I always say, follow me on Twitter. My handle is it's OBiGem. Then you might have been noticing that the last couple of months I have been on the Sims team's neck about how Black culture in the Sims is just non-existent. Particularly for me, because I am Nigerian American, I always look for my culture. But it's not just my culture. There are literally no Black cultures in the game. You can't find even Black American culture in the game, which is very, very suspect, and it's getting to the point where it's very, very upsetting. So that's why this collection in particular is super important, because this actually does showcase my West African roots as a Nigerian American, and it's good to see. But I would love to see this in the game. But just to give you guys kind of an inside look at what I've been talking about on Twitter, because your girl has picked up a little bit of traction over there on the old Bird app as far as me talking about Black cultures in The Sims. Africa is such a diverse continent, over 50 countries, and you never see any of that variety in media, because always like the places within Africa that are white adjacent as normally places that either there is a sizable white population that lives there, or it's a piece of African culture that white society as a whole has kind of, I don't want to say co-opted or even like appropriated, but have, I guess in a sense, expressed a love and appreciation for. So that's the reason why when it comes to seeing African cultures in the media, you will often always see stuff like South African culture. You'll always see stuff like from Egypt, Morocco, those northern African countries. You'll almost never see very much from West Africa. You won't see a whole lot, you know, from Central Africa, those areas that have a rich and deep culture too. That's important to showcase the immense variety that exists on the continent, and just to see any of that in the Sims would be so nice. And that is why I'm so appreciative that Frenchie took it upon herself to make this CC collection, even though I still do think it's very important that the developers for this game actually create pieces like this that people who don't play with mods or CC can also enjoy. So I did make these two Sims. Like I mentioned, I lost the Kaz footage, unfortunately, but I still wanted to showcase them. I had ideas of how I could showcase them, but let's be honest, your girl is time deficient this way. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you a couple of Frenchie's looks on her. This is my sim that I made, and just so you guys know, because this is Black History, and I did kind of want to share with you guys a little bit of my own cultural identity as a Nigerian American. So I actually based these two Sims on my parents. I'm going to pop a little picture of what my parents look like, because I actually did a side-by-side, like looking over at this picture to kind of capture my mother and my father's features in these Sims. You can let me know if I got close. I'm not that great at trying to showcase real people in The Sims, but I did the best I can. But this over here, and their names are not actually my parents' names. I always, whenever I make Sims based off of people who really exist in my life, I'll always change their names to protect their identity. So these are not my parents' names, but these are Nigerian names. So this Sim over here, her name is Isioma Chukwu, and she's over here dressed in this wedding dress from Frenchie. So whenever my parents go to formal events, most notably the graduations that they've gone to for myself and my siblings, they always dress up in Nigerian garb. This is actually more of a wedding dress than what they would have worn to a formal event or anything like that. But I actually really love this dress, and it's really hard to find African clothing in CC that's anywhere in the ballpark of Max's Match. It's very high quality Max's Match. I know some people on Twitter asked if it actually was Max's Match or Alpha. I play Max's Mix, but for me personally, I don't like. I feel like it's very high quality Max's Match, like texture wise is, you know, in that space, but to me it's still very Max's Match and not Alpha. If you're someone who does not like to have anything that's alpha textured in your game, I don't feel like this will stick out, but it's just so pretty. Normally when my parents go to formal events, they'll wear outfits that match one another and complement each other, but for this one I kind of wanted to have slight contrast. So this over here is Isioma's husband, which I really need to set their relationship with one another, so let's go ahead and do that. Husband and wife. Anyway, this is her husband, Okui Chukwu, and as you can see, he's not wearing the same color scheme, but I did kind of want to have a connection with his hat here, having the little blue in there, but have it be like a richer color in orangey yellow, which looks so good. And these are actually in-game sandals that went with the outfit that I gave him, but this is something I feel like my dad would have worn, and you know, this is it. This is my culture. This is the outfits, but I did want to show you a couple more. And there are more female options here than there are male, but it's still good to have these options. So this is the dress right here that I chose for her, which is where's it highlighted? Oh, it's this one right here. So as you can see, it comes in all of these different swatches, but you also have this outfit right here, which I think the equivalent to what I had is this one right here, the little band. But then, you know, there's also this all blue one with the little blue one on top. And then there's this over here, which is like a little mermaid style. This is a little bit more traditional as far as wedding dresses. As far as Nigerian weddings go, there's always such bright colors. This also comes with a little head wrap, which is so important. I'm popping a picture right here of a family photo I took when I was like 12, and just to give you a little more of an idea, and I did post this on Twitter too, but to give you more idea of what my culture looks like as far as clothing. And these head wraps, they're called gales. This one's not a gale. I wouldn't call this a gale, but it is a wrap, and having like head wraps is like a thing as far as, you know, African cultures a lot. So seeing this is just a pleasant thing to see. So as you can see, it also comes in associated colors that are the same as a dress, so you can match them with what your Sim's wearing. As you can see, this blue wrap matches the dress that we put her in here, and we also have this blue that's a solid 2, and then a blue and yellow. So it's whatever aesthetic you want to go to. This actual design actually reminds me of a design that my mom had in one of her clothes African outfits when I was younger, which is kind of wild, but that is what that looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right back over to her husband so you can see a little bit more of his outfits. So Okui is wearing this right here, but as you can see, it also comes in a couple colors. I did consider matching them so that he was wearing blue, but to me the contrast is just a little bit better than being too matchy. So that is what we went with. I think that's super cute. I believe this is the only outfit that they have, but if not, I'll let you guys know in the details section below. But this again is Frenchie's African Love Collection. It's a part 1, which means I am super anticipating the future parts of this project, because again, y'all, it is super hard to find African clothes that are in the realm of Max's Match in a CC world. There's just not enough of it. You can find a little bit of alpha, but there's like almost none when it comes to Max's Match clothing. So this is such a pleasant surprise, and I'm so grateful to Frenchie for, you know, giving me access to this. early. This is in early access, and you can get this too if you head over to Frenchie's Patreon. I'll drop the links for it in her in the details section below. It's only $1 for her Patreon if you want to pledge and get this now. Otherwise, the public release is March 3rd, which this is dropping real close to when this is coming out. So you could wait the extra days, or you could just pay a little dollar right now and get it right now. So do consider including this. But also, guys, because it's Black History Month, and I would definitely love to see more Black cultures in the game, not just my own Nigerian culture, but also all the Black cultures that exist in the world, just more of it. There's just not enough of it in The Sims, and there should be. It's kind of a travesty that it's been such an overlooked thing, because there's so many beautiful items, there's so many beautiful looks, there's so many beautiful people that exist in all of these regions. So, you know, one of my fellow Simmers on Twitter has been trying to get a hashtag going called hashtag Black Cultures in The Sims. So if you guys would like to kind of share and, you know, getting the Sims team's attention that we want to see more Black cultures in The Sims, as you're talking about it on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, use the hashtag. There's also a change.org petition that's going on right now. They're aiming for 500 signatures, and I believe they're really close to making their goal. I'm going to drop the link to that petition in the details section of the video below if you are so inclined and you are team more Blackness in our game. Go ahead and hit that link and sign that petition. I hope that this helps to kind of give you guys more of an understanding of who I am, where I came from, and why it's super important to me to be able to showcase my culture and who I am in The Sims. But it has been a pleasure, guys, with you. I hope we can continue to keep this discussion going year-round as far as seeing more Black cultures in The Sims. And again, let me know what you think of this collection and Black cultures being more implemented in The Sims in general. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below and keep this conversation going. But as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bring your body here right next to me. You look like the